Sprinkles, you've joined me again. So you've noticed a recent phenomenon with all the meme coins and every altcoin that's happened. Even for the past 5 to 6 months, you saw every time a new narrative came out, something interesting. I'm here to ask and ponder with you. Are you curious why most meme coins have to launch on Ethereum to gain traction? Are you curious? You should be. Shouldn't you think, you go, wait a minute, Ethereum's gas fees are too freaking high. And I agree with you. They're like $60 to do a Uniswap trade, but everyone's still poor. You can charge me that when everyone's 10x wealthier at the top. You can't do that now. Binance offer you, like 20 cents? Arbitrum is like $1. Why are they still launching on Ethereum? I have the answer here for you. You got to ask. There's other chains, right? And it's because of first mover advantage in tech. You're going to know this, and you're going to know it well, just as sure as I am about your straight posture and your fluffy slippers. Don't forget this. You need to be 10 times better to get people to move. And I really do mean 10. It's not an accidental number. It's legit. They've done many studies. People will suffer and whinge and cry when something else only has 2 times better results, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when it becomes 10, you get enough people who have moved and suddenly there's a switch. The dominance switches. Have you heard of a small coin called Bitcoin? Bitcoin revolutionized everything. Your bank, and I'm going to draw a poopy emoji to represent banks. Banks would take for an international transfer, used to take like 72 hours. What did Bitcoin do? It did it in like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. You could just do 1 hour. 1 hour. So that's a 72x improvement. Sometimes for the banks, it will take double that. So it's a 100x improvement. Isn't that amazing? That's why Bitcoin got the value thrown around, left, right, up, down. Everyone's sending it back. Isn't that crazy? It's true. But what about Ethereum now? You might say, okay, but you could easily use a cost price, right? You're like, well, if Ethereum's charging $64 and Arbitrum's $1, that's like a 64x improvement. No. That is the cost. Okay? So I'm letting you know now, this is important. Crypto is not just a commodity. It is also like stocks. It has an equity component in the minds of everybody holding. The meme, the community, the branding, the power, the religious cult aspect, it's not coming down only to cost. There is a part of business and branding and all that other juicy stuff on the side as well. What do I mean by this? Well, you drive, most of you know how to operate a moving vehicle with 4 wheels on it, otherwise known as a car. If you've ever operated a car, you need to fill up with gas. You don't have any loyalty to one petrol station most of the time. So if one gas station is $50 to fill up and another one is $30, you'll go to the $30 one most of the time if it's not too far. But with crypto, it's different. See, I'm focusing on the cost here. The petrol is just a commodity. If crypto was just a commodity, we would only use the cheapest chain every time to do the most transactions. But there's something else going on here. Most people haven't figured it out, but you're a baby doll, baby cake, and you're very scrumptious today. Yes, you are, Sprinkles. You're going to pay attention now. You can't just look at the cost. You can't. Everyone tries to do it. They try to make a new coin. They say, well, you know, if I try to get you to pay $1,000 for X, Y, and Z, therefore you'll value this thing more than $1,000. No, not necessarily. If the network effect is not looked after and groomed and brushed and cuddled, the network effect will decay. The part that's like a commodity is the decentralized block space. Bitcoin sells decentralized block space, so does Ethereum, but there's more to it than that. Because if it was just about the decentralized block space, every single person would make a decentralized network. The market only attributes some value to it. We are all about the community and the network effect. So when you're looking at a 10x improvement, you can't just focus on the price. It's about the value creation, the growth. So you need to be 10 times better. You want people to move? You need to be 10 times better to get people to move. Not just 10 times cheaper. It's not enough. You need to actually give them value. So all those Ethereum wallets, Ethereum's got like, 300 million market cap, whatever it is. You got it like 500 billion market cap, sorry. Well, most of those whales, they have no business making money on the smaller chains. There's no 10x improvement for them. There's not enough money for them in there. There's not enough value coming in. For the small degens here and there, yeah, we move. You move. If you've got less than $100 million to move, you'll move. But when you start to get to the big sizes, they're not moving. They can't. So if you've got $50,000, yeah, maybe you got some value going around, yield farming, if you indulge in those. We don't, but some people do. But when they have like 50 million, they don't really want to take that risk on these other small chains. Some of them do, but it's only the cost part. It's still not the value part. You need to actually have another chain come out, wink, wink, that might have all big value coming in. But even then still, I mean, it's no easy task. Ethereum does have an enormous first mover advantage. Enormous, friends. I can't tell you how important that is. Bitcoin obviously has the lion's share, but it's everybody just storing value. When it comes to financial derivatives and all this other cute Ponzi stuff that we play in, Ethereum's got a lot, man. And Ethereum's got the smart contracts. You can't do anything on Bitcoin. Wait till we start convincing people they can do cool stuff on Ethereum and you can reach normies. What's the Bitcoin community going to do there? It's different. It's so hard, man. And then it's really lost. So now that Ethereum, this is why, okay, I'll just got to add to you as well. There is also a tail. There's ETH and then there's Cardano. All right, Cardano. There was always a fight between them because ETH is lightning fast. He's a little zappy lightning. And Cardano is the slow turtle. He's going to be a little turtle. And you're going to be smoking a little cigarette because this turtle, he's a smoker. So Cardano move at turtle speed because they say, hey, we want to do things professionally. Hey, we have to respect our users. That's how Charles always talks. With Ethereum, they don't talk like that. They don't say we have to respect the users. What's very interesting is Charles says we respect the people using this network. They deserve audited code. They deserve the best efficient code. That's how he actually speaks. Go and listen to him. What does Vitalik say? He calls us all degenerate scum. Funny. It's true. What does he say? He actually says he's disgusted, not my words, his words. He is disgusted that most of Ethereum's use case is for Ponzi degen farming and NFTs and JPEGs. He's disgusted. Now, I think it's actually very funny that the community is like, yeah, well, we're going to use you anyway. That's the funny part. That's actually the most fascinating part of all. We don't really care what he says because there's so much value there because the money's already there. The liquidity's already there. It's easy for it to move around within the chain. It doesn't want to leave the city, the Ethereum city. So if you want Cardano to win, sorry, you got to be 10 times better than Ethereum. You can't be 2 times. You can't even be 3 times. You got to be 10 times better. You got to have 10 times more value. And now you can see why I knew Ethereum was going to win all the way years ago. When I first came, I spent 3 hours researching in 2019. I'm like, oh my God, this Ethereum thing, they're going to win. The people who rush fast and break everything head first and go to grab the most amount of attention and go super lightning fast, they win. Because they get everybody to get used to them being a bit psychotic at the start, and then the price to leave is too much. You're too comfortable. You don't want to leave. You're happy to pay the bribes, really, for these miners. So I want you to think about this. So this doesn't mean, hey, Ethereum can never get toppled and you should never go into any other chain. Of course not. But this is the standard you must now think of. If you're in a coin and it starts pumping and they say they're going to beat Ethereum, I want you to then think, okay, listen here. You can't just beat Ethereum. You have to crush Ethereum to the floor. What are the chances of you doing that? I'd like to ask you that. Very small. So you say, okay, very small. And you see how much your money you're up. And you're like, all right, well, I can rotate 20, 40, 60, or 80% of this portfolio. I can rotate back into ETH. And if you guys seem like you're about to crush Ethereum, you can rotate that out. And I promise you, very low chance that'll even happen. You might find out for the next 10 years, you're just accumulating ETH. No matter what other chain it is, most likely. We might be surprised, but I mean, they have the first mover advantage. You're now seeing this happen in real time. So It's all about the big whales. The big whales remain still. They do remain still. It's always on Ethereum. All the chains, you can go check a deck screener. You can go see all these altcoins coming out. They're all listing on Ethereum, and it's freaking expensive. They're happy to do it because nothing else is 10x better. So that's why if you want to, you know this now, right? You know this now. After listening to this, you say, okay, so if you were running a chain, you wanted to seriously compete, right? So because I know to tell you, most layer 1 chains out there, they're frauds. They know they can't beat Ethereum. They're putting on an act. I can see through them. I can see through the founders. Most of them out there. There's like 20, 30 layer 1 chains. They just say they're going to be better, but deep down they know they ain't got anything. Their job is to manipulate and groom the investors, the retail holders, the innocent people, me and you. Their job is to manipulate us, to buy and hold and to shill. That's the real job of them. I know it sounds nefarious, but hey, I'm here to help look after you. Okay, do you want me to tell you, oh no, they're putting for the future. Oh, they're just experimenting. Do you want me to take that angle? Because no one wins with that attitude. They're going to war here. They got all the tokens. They need people to dump on. The only way for them to dump on is there's a liquidity pool here on Uniswap. Okay, they have all the tokens. They have all the tokens. Here is their giant bag. Okay, this is a giant bag of money, and this is you, and this is me. We're here partying. They can only cash out when we put our USDC or our ETH into the pool, and then we grab the poop. So I'm going to draw a little poopy here. We grab their poop coin, and they've dumped their poop coin onto here, and they get to take out the USDC. This is what they do. They sell via OTC. They do it secretly, friends. Don't think they just go to the market and sell down. They can do things like they can go to a bank, they can go to an institution and go, hey, we own like $50 million of this coin. Give us a loan for like 15 million, right? So that what they're doing is they're able to slowly get their money out. And then what they can do is they can go use their 15 million and they can actually go buy Ethereum. Isn't that sad? So you've put money to help prop up their chain that they said they're going to beat Ethereum, but they can't be because they've got to be 10x better. And what they've done is they've gone and done an OTC deal. They were able to borrow on their fund and they go take a punt. They reach go take a punt. They go put it on. They go to buy Ethereum. So guess what? They know they're not going to win, but they get to participate in the upside of Ethereum. They can't sell that $50 million. Otherwise, they send everything to zero. They won't even get $50 million for it. But you're helping them exit over time. So they might do that. Maybe as Ethereum goes up, there'll be some residual value in their chain. They can sell a bit of their coins, pay off the interest. You see the game here. I hope I'm opening your mind here. This is actually what really works. It's all financial engineering. It's all poo-poo. I'm going to have to draw a big fat poo-poo again. It's all financial engineering and it's all stinky. Big fat poo-poo. And you already know. You're probably going to say, oh, my friend told me. But the answer is to buy and hold, take a long-term approach, and buy into my favorite religious Ponzi coins. And the answer is yes, my friend. That's exactly the answer. But first, don't believe the hype most of the time. Now, there are some exceptions, but you got to make this choice, man. I got to make a good case for you. You got to make a good case for yourself. So, yeah, there are going to be exceptions, but there's 25 coins, man. Yeah, there's going to be one or two that are going to kill it. The other 22 just complete grifts. Think about this by default. You can't have an attitude of everything works in crypto. I hate to say this. I learned this actually off Crypto Kobe. He says the only way you'll make it is be skeptical and be paranoid and have a position by default of none of this works. You're going to have to prove to me it works. That's their position. And unfortunately, like, I'm optimistic and I'm a bull, but when it comes to things like this is what you're going to have to do, man. This is like, you might have a partner, a lovely lady for 10 years, and a lady of the street says to you, I'll be better in every single way. I'll never whinge. I'll cook for you. I won't say anything. Now, you know that's a whole load of poop. You know it's a lie. And if you're a girl out there, maybe you got a sister, every girl's copped this as well. Maybe they're in a relationship and another guy tries to snake his way in and be like, no, I'll do everything different. You know it's a whole load of hocus pocus. The next time you ever come across that, you tell that mistress, you say, excuse me, you got to be 10x better. You got to make my gas fees 10x cheaper. You got to give me 10x more yield. You're going to make everything 10x better. No meme coins, no Ponzi coins. You tell her, where's my promised DeFi? I want the price pump. And if she can't guarantee you a Bitcoin spot ETF in 2025. You tell her you get out. You get out. I don't want to see your face. You say you're in a happy relationship. You want nothing to do with them. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky in that 2025. Maybe we'll get the Bitcoin spot ETF friends. And Jim Cramer will just give a $300,000 Bitcoin call. And so all of these, I hope, this I pray. So all of these and 10x improvements, I pray, can't guarantee, but I pray our bags are in a place where you have benefited enough from getting aggressive during the depression. Because the last thing I want to hear in 2025 was, look, man, I put in $800 in 2022 and 2023, and then I put in $60K in 2024. And I promise you, this happened last cycle. I'm telling you now, this happened. People, unfortunately, they pyramid upwards. But now you know, it's difficult. It's difficult. They're going to be pyramiding in and buying higher size into stuff that is not a 10x improvement of the existing things. But they're going to believe the narratives because they're going to see the green candles. So at the end of the day, baby dolls, any coin, any DEX, anything that you believe has a dominance of product market fit in crypto, if someone comes out and they say, we're going to be the next best thing, pay attention, but don't believe the hype. You can punt a lottery bullet if you want, but I want you to know at the end of the day, you know deep down the truth. Are you 10x better, or are you just a crumpled slipper? Tell mum and dad that you love them. Like, subscribe, bell button, all friends.